I'm in an abandoned or like destroyed, ruined house, the Horton House, the ruins of it here on Jekyll Island. I've driven past it a couple of times. I finally decided, hey, might as well stop and cover the location, cover the scene. And that's exactly what I want to talk about in this video is what does it mean to cover a scene or cover a location. When I was in film school, I was taught that to cover a scene, you needed a close-up shot, a medium shot, and a wide-angle shot to establish the scene, get closer and closer until you know the emotions and everything. And much like pretty much everything else with my film degree, I've thrown that out the window, literally. And Mom, I'm just kidding. That is a joke. What do I mean by covering a scene? Specifically for photography, what I do is a lot of photo albums, which are really just photo walks. And my goal here is to just document the photo walk and cover the scene, cover the location, show you what I saw and what I experienced. And it has nothing to do with getting a wide angle shot or a medium shot or a close-up shot and putting it in a particular sequence. It has everything to do with giving you the impression of what the location or scene actually looks and feels like. What's around it? What are the textures? What are the colors? What's the scale of these locations? What are the small details? What might you not notice and what will you definitely notice? I try to walk around a location and take photos of all these things. And so I've tried to walk around this location, this destroyed house, and gotten the details through the windows of the walls, through the windows in the walls, a wider shot, all in the same lens. It doesn't have to be a wide angle lens or a close-up lens. You can just walk around the nearby trees. There's like a little cemetery thing nearby, just the colors and the angles of the house, how bricks and different materials are intermixed. These are all things that I'm doing to cover the scene. This is one way to capture a scene in a little different of a way, framing the house that should be the main subject, and it still is of this image, but at the bottom of the image and contextualizing it with the trees at the top that show like this house is in the middle of the woods or near the woods. And so that gives a little bit more character and, like I said, context and environment really to what the image is actually telling. So this, I think, covers the scene in a different way that is necessary in a sequence of images. That would be my advice for anybody who's like, how do I cover a scene, or what do I really need to get? You don't need to get anything specific. Whatever you see and you say like, this is part of the place and it's worth noticing and it's noticed by you, you might as well take a photo of it. And if you put it in a sequence, and by the end of that sequence or by the end of this video and photo sequence, you should be able to say like, wow, if I drove past that, I would know that's exactly what that house was. So that's just kind of my take on this particular subject. Let me know what your thoughts on this subject are in the comment section. Have you been taught differently? Do you feel differently? And do you just like to take photos of a certain location, or do you like to actually cover a scene and put it into a sequence or cover a location? I'm using those kind of interchangeably here. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I've been Tony King. I make photography content. Sometimes I give advice. Sometimes I share my take. Sometimes I do a lot of different things, but it's all photography related. So if you enjoyed this video, hopefully you'll subscribe for more. I've been Tony King. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.